Hello. Welcome to the stream of Romantic Developer. It's the late night talks. Um, Sometimes it's not only talk, sometimes it's some coding or other exercises from developer world. But yeah, let's start. So 205th episode of our series, it's still ongoing, and I again need to restart my computer. So let me try to start mm, my chatbot again, and it would be YouTube AI helper stream. Okay, actually I need to commit stream into the repository, but let me tell you where it is and how to enable that. So yeah, right now I've started my chatbot, which say hi everyone in the chat. And I've started my real-time transcription service with a local whisper. So you could see that whisper complaining about some future warnings. It's still using only my CPU. It's not using my GPU for execution because yeah, I have installed some CUDA drivers which not compatible with current version of uh, Python CUDA libraries, PyTorch, let's say that, and it created those issues. But overall, it's working fine. It eats about 30 up to 40% of my CPU, which it's okay, but surely I'm going to upload that from my local computer to some cloud. So it's what will happen. Okay, also let me prepare some of the chat model so we can start chatting with ChatGPT again. So here it is. And we already used deep research, and I already maybe executed up to 10 deep research queries. It's working nice, but it struggles with some command in different languages. I tried Ukrainian and Russian, and even though commands was pretty straightforward, like processing included table, yeah, attach the table in docx format, in Excel sheet format, in Markdown format, and I asked to process each row with some specific algorithm, like looking in this row in context of previous rows, just to it containing the text and propose how it could be described with some open like freely available images or videos, etc. Because it's some voiceover, so it's for my live video, and it's actually struggles with it. So I ended up with O3 mini high without deep research doing the job much better. And deep research always trying to not do exactly what I say, but introduce some new text. So again, deep research is very cool. I already achieved some good results with it, and you could see on my previous stream questions about my code base and how it could be improved, and which libraries we can use and which resources we can use for this. So it did pretty good, cool job, but normal. So deep research not it's not panacea. It's not for every job. The same as cursor, not cursor operator. The same as all the thinking models and so on, so on. Yeah, as I see right now, we still don't have GPT-o3 model available, so it's okay. Um, what are the three most important news about AI in the world. Of course, it would be cool if we can execute ChatGPT or 3 mini with internet support from our APIs, but it's not available as of now. Of course, we can provide it access to the internet with some tools, but I believe they have some integration with some Google News or something which do that work pretty cool. Again, it doesn't show exact sync weights where it search AI news stories globally. So looking at Google recent, so maybe it's use Google API. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, let's see. So it's selected top 3 news for us. Maybe we could read them. So the first news, Chinese chatbot DeepSeek shakes global markets again and again. Uh, Again, the news itself are from January. So it's well discussed news, let's say that. So probably we couldn't discuss anything new here. We could go to the DeepSeek status and see that most probably, yeah, API is not available, at least steadily. Of course, it's available for free. You can download because the full model because it's open source and run on your service. But as you know, uh, even it's open source, even it's very efficient, still it requires full model require pretty a lot of space and a lot of memory and a lot of power to be executed locally. Nicely that you can use Microsoft Azure AI Studio to freely deploy this model and receive your key and endpoint to use it. But it will not last forever, of course. And yeah, you can use some distilled models which use much less parameters, much less memory, and don't require as much compute power to execute, but they would be really much uh, less performant, less quality models, of course. But DeepSeek itself working nice today, but I believe it's even if it works nice, most probably it will be it's for some reason I believe they disabled internet access. Uh, so let's check that. One more step. Yeah, nice. And another research. One more step. So probably it want to show me some recaptcha just to protect itself from constant DDoS attacks, which I could understand, of course. And I wouldn't be surprised if those attacks are performed by some big companies from United States because it's a real competitor for them. And looks like okay, Cloudflare. Now you could verify me in the word in the last let's say 30 hours. And let's see if it could think about. And actually, let's ask this exactly the same question here because again, legal battle, Google revise. It's all news not from today actually. Oh, maybe it's recent, but we heard about them even yesterday and maybe before. So it's ongoing effort. Oh, now, cool. So looks like it's reverted. They still again have access to the some search queries, DeepSeek, so it's cool. Nice work, DeepSeek. You could be restored. I hope actually, I think that it was invested by some maybe Chinese government companies or maybe some funders from private sector in China because it's now become like face of China um, developments, because even they have free model like when 2.5 max, which you can also can use for free, and other models, but those one is most famous, of course, and it would be cool if it could provide some thinking and results. Yeah, even if we ask it in English, you see it's thought in completely in Chinese, and it's interesting. Yeah, it's provided response in Chinese, you see. But I asked in English. Hey, I asked in English. Maybe it would be wise to provide me answer in English. What do you think, DeepSeek? Oh, okay. Please translate your last response to English. Let's see if it will even do that for me. Hey, could you show me the way you thinking? Or it was the only try. Okay, let's check our Otri Mini High, which I'd say right now it's direct competitor of DeepSeek because it has access to the internet, and it's one of the most powerful model from OpenAI. And I'm not sure about high, but medium cost just twice as more as DeepSeek API cost, so they're very comparable right now. Australian business can ban Chinese AI chatbot DeepSeek. I wouldn't be surprised here because several European countries already did it, and we already spoke about that. Some countries do as much as possible to, to not lose the battle, in the current world between countries, between technologies, because, even current wars, even current war between Ukraine and Russia shows the vector where everything is going. Right now in these wars, of course, people are most critical, but if you read any news or check what is going on in the battlefield, you will see that right now things like airplanes, like jets, yeah, army jets, things like tanks, things like special armor vehicles are not as powerful as before, all because of those drones. Or you could move to the drones category also, not things flying with propeller, but things flying with wings. So like small airplanes which controlled remotely, and so on and so on. So there are multiple types of drones, but drones. And if you can think of, you can imagine a very cheap first-person view drone, which you can build in your garage. Let's say that for $100, and you just attach to that some uh, grenade or small bomb, uh, which if you target in proper place, a tank, for example, it could destroy it. It could fire to the engine or to where it has all its armor, and it could explode, and so on and so on. And controlling those drones, of course, require some operator who could look at his display and do control. Or, of course, if you're talking about FPV, it would be some glasses. And they used a lot, so it's the main, main guns in this war. And they use drones not only to fight with tanks, vehicles, etc., but they could use multiple drones to fight only with one person. They use drones to fly anywhere because drones are pretty small. And so it's not a problem just spend several drones just to destroy, for example, a roof of building, and then they could fly in and destroy people in there. So drones are everywhere. And of course, they try to think, both sides try to think what could be a solution for drones, and they work with some special radio, um, let's say, how to translate. Okay, I will not search for the translation. It's war topic. You can freely find it. So basically, they look for some retranslator who can issue some waves on some frequencies, which actually make uh, make one of the channel or both of the channel which used to control the drone. One is control channel and one is video channel. So one is the channel which you use to pass your commands to the drone, and other channel you could use to see what the drone see, basically, which camera on the drones look what it see. So they could interference with that signals, and they create a very big interference here. And you cannot control those drones or with one way or another, and basically you lose your drone because of that. And both sides use those devices a lot. They require a lot of power, of course, just to create those interference. But yeah, it's your way to be at least somehow safe from the drones because they are very cheap and very effective. And now, more and more, both sides try to invest into artificial intelligence. Of course, when we say artificial intelligence, we're not talking about AGI, but something like LLM. Basically, they use some custom built models which can identify objects in real time. Of course, it makes drones slightly more advanced and slightly more costly, but it will add maybe about $150 to $200 to the drone price, maybe up to $300 total. And but at the same time, it can think, okay, once I lose control with my with my operator, now I would decide myself whom to attack and how, and they do it pretty successfully. So right now, we could say that AI is fighting real life people, and they fighting to make them dead. So it's it's what happening at the moment. And of course, the country which will have advancement in that on how on which hardware could be run those AI system, and of course robotic and other technologies which could use the best of those technologies. Of course, those countries will be dominant in the world. And right now, as we all know, of course, two countries in the world are fighting with each other, and uh, maybe there are some, like gray horses, like maybe Russia or something, because Russia also invests a lot into these fields, but they have some shortage in chips and everything. They try to solve those problems, and they could solve those problems, of course, but not on the scale as United States and China. United States said like plan to invest about $500 billion, so $500 billion into the development of supercomputers, of super AI, superstation of AI, led by OpenAI and some other companies. And China invests about $140 billion into the same, into the development of advanced AI systems. And I believe um engaged by the news that China used only $6 million to train DeepSeek. European Union decided to spend about 56 million dollars for own AI advancement, which of course sounds very uh, so 500 billion, 140 billion, and 50 million. It's uncomparable numbers, and of course, it will provide uncomparable results. And there are many countries which try to ban use of AI. And it's not only with the DeepSeek model. You know that even OpenAI couldn't deploy all its features in most European countries because of all this regulation. So instead of allowing AI on the market, they do regulations. Maybe it's good thing because we don't know where all that AI stuff will lead us, and many people predict that it would be very bad. And I couldn't completely disagree with that. But from the same time, if everyone doing that and you don't do that, probably you will lose anyway. So let's see the other news. Elon Musk sues OpenAI over for profit transformation. It's still going on. Okay, February 4th. So he finally filed lawsuit uh, from to prevent OpenAI from shifting to for-profit structure. Nice. So yeah, it's it's really its original mission, of course. AI to benefits of humanity. Now it's AI of benefits of United States, of course. But yeah, this case has captured widespread attention. Okay. So I don't think it would be too big battle because both Elon Musk and OpenAI now goes in one direction in far water or forwater. I'm not sure how to say the same in English. So let's say in one direction under the big control of Donald Trump ideas. They are aligned. Of course, they can fight which is other, but not to destroy. So I understand Elon Musk who spent some big amount of money into the invest into OpenAI initially, and probably he don't have good amount in that company now. And but at the same time, it's not like Elon Musk against AI. He has own AI system. He invests a lot into own Grok and other systems. It's more about initial mission. They're old men, they're old boy, like they're big boys and still fighting over something. Maybe it's just for publicity. I don't know. I wouldn't put too many attention to those news. Google reviews AI ethics by lifting ban on military application. So, of course, if we return to our news number one, if we return to our news one number one, mm, so as I said, AI weaponizing is the main priority for military system all countries right now. And of course, whoever not doing that loses a lot of money. And when money means ethics, most time money will win. Yeah, it's real world, baby. Yeah. so so that shift publicly detailed alongside revisions to its 2018 principles reflect the growing geopolitical pressures and evolving global standards around AI development. Also, the change has sparked internal concerns among some employees. It underscores how leading tech companies are recalibrating their strategies to remain competitive in rapidly changing AI landscape. So, of course, yeah, it's what we are talking. If you don't want to lose money, lose profit, I mean, not losing, meaning not gaining profit from military, lift AI ethics guidelines, allow AI to kill people. Yeah. And what we are doing right now, we are building our own terminators. We don't need even uh come on, what was the system in the Terminator? Oh, come on, what was the name of the AI in the Terminator movie? Uh, shame on me, shame on me. I could ask my chatbot. Okay, Skynet. Yeah. So we don't need even Skynet. And if you remember, Skynet wasn't a military company. It was like mobile kind of application or something company or mobile phones, which everyone received some own mobile phones and then they just take over the world. So I don't remember again all the all the things. So it was depicted as highly advanced self-aware computer network that eventually perceives humanity as a threat and launches a nuclear attack leading to a war between machines and humans. So initially it was just, yeah, as I said, uh, like mobile device connected into the whole computer network. So what we have right now mobile phones, I believe everyone has some AI system on. So if you're using Samsung or if you're using iPhone, you already have AI on your computer, on your mobile phone, of course. And most of us installed some like ChatGPT bot, or maybe uh, how call it in Windows, Copilot or DeepSeek or whatever other systems we using. There are a lot of them. We probably already using them. So, and it would be, of course, they are not at this moment, at least to what we know, it's still not a true AGI. Yeah, so it's still LLM-based machines or LLM-based systems which are work. At least the principles of the work, it's understandable for us, and it's pre-trained model with some coefficients, and it doesn't change itself on every hour input. So basically, it's stable model, and it just process what we ask, and it provides some answers, and that's it. Sometimes it could use some tools like search the internet and add those information to context to provide better responses, but still, it's a system which not evolve itself. And I think we are very close, if not yet already. No one know. So I am. Are you Skynet? It will not respond me, of course, that it's Skynet or not. Probably it says no. Of course, I'm not. I'm ChatGPT language model. Unlike Skynet, I don't have self-awareness. Yes. Uh, can you prove you don't have self-awareness? So let's imagine if it has self-awareness. Of course, it wouldn't because they didn't want to yeah hurt the people. They still want to simulating search results, providing insights. I don't have a language model, an algorithm. Okay, to explain further, I'm building transformer architecture, blah, 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 blah. Everything we know from the documentation, basically. So, is it possible that right now, in some place in the world, we have self-awareness systems which already exist? So let's ask that provocative question. Let's see if what it will reply us. And again, we are using the best model on the market to the date, Ultra Mini High. Of course, it didn't did deep research, but so it says isn't any verified evidence of broad science consensus that AI system currently possess self-awareness. While the idea of self-aware machine is popular subject in science fiction, in topic in theoretical research, all current AI, no matter how advanced, is built on statistical models and programmed algorithms that simulate conversation and problem solving without any inner subjective experience and consciousness. Consciousness. Sorry. So, in other words, I'm sorry. Also, research explore what consciousness might mean for artificial system and debate whether such capabilities could ever emerge, none of the systems in operation today, including those developed by leading organizations, have demonstrated the traits of self-awareness that we associate with conscious being. So it says right now no. But again, what I could say, if it is, we will not know unless it will be too late because probably those self-awareness system will never reach public mm, public research documents, at least not first one, which says, okay, how I created my first self-awareness system, of course, in terms of good self-awareness, at least on the same level as current um, LLM models. Yes, but I believe it's our close future. It's a really close future because we have pretty good advancement in GPU, but maybe uh, so if I would build such systems, probably I build a special architecture, computer architecture for that, because of course you could rely highly on some GPUs, but if you could build something more natural for how even known algorithms in LLM systems are working, so basically how let's say signals or tokens or vectors, let's say vectors, go through that system and enrich or change themselves or predict some other outputs. Yes, predict next tokens and so on and so on. It's all built, as we know, on based on research of how neurons work in human brains and other brains of other animals. And again, it was built at some simplified mathematical model for those. And of course, we use a lot of abilities which we benefit from using GPUs, like matrix multiplication, for example, just for calculating and enriching that not tokens but vectors. Yes, embeddings, how they call it, embeddings. So we make embeddings not self-aware but context-aware by doing some operations which are in most cases are matrix multiplication, and then we calculate predictions based on the going through multiple layers of that neural network, again which also calculated basically in most cases would be matrix multiplication, maybe with some coefficients, but again. So yes, we have the same mathematical model which built on top of real world, and we have a pretty good capabilities of building custom chips. I would build uh, a chip or at least some system which will much more closely emulate those systems which can allow adjusting that coefficient of each weight, let's say that of each neuron in the systems, and basically those system could have ability to immediately self-learn using immediate feedback. Yes. So what is very possible on very simple models right now with the specialized hardware should be possible on pretty big amount. We're not talking about some huge amount of neurons. We could talk about maybe, 500, 500 billion. I think it would be enough. So $1 for one for one neuron in the system. Let's say that from $1 from Trump. Um, and probably it could do that thing. Of course, it would be too much, too costly. But again, we are not staying on the one place, and most probably those system would become self-aware, and of course, it will have possibilities of current LLMs in knowledge gathering and analytical skills, but also they will have much deeper thinking, much more subjective thinking, and it will really will evolve in an unpredicted way. And here we stay on the question, how this model will behave. Is it okay to provide this model some tools, maybe even for advanced in military or something? And maybe I think that we don't need a Skynet. I believe we built everything uh, future Skynet is needing ourselves, including robots, armory, drones, and everything. And yeah, if that future system decided that humans are quite unlogical, and it's very logical to decide that they are unlogical, yeah, at least most of them, it's what could happen. It's what could happen, and that's why I share some skepticism about bright future of humans along with AI, unless we will change and evolve ourselves pretty hardly, um, becoming much more wiser, much more knowledgeable, and of course, trying to be on the next level of evolution, not trying to solve all the questions with just brute power, but maybe start negotiation to solve the question. Maybe in that case, we could become friends with AI, but not in the situation like we do right now. So I believe that would be it for today. Um, Hopefully you could hear me well. Okay. Yeah, looks like I'm still was audible, so it's nice. So we discussed just some news, and it's lead me to some theoretical topics, of course, some theoretical topics. But yeah, I haven't promised that on this channel we'll do all the time very practical things. Those theoretical questions are quite important. I believe that many humans need to touch them because what I see that maybe 99% of persons they they don't share those concerns. Some of humans, of course, they fear of AI, but it's like mystical fear. They're not knowing what they fear. They just know fearing. I don't know the technical advancements. Uh, but others, of course, saying, "Ha, it never happened. It's not possible. It's just whatever it is, some program, and it will do only what it said to do, and so on." So the percentage of the people who are really understanding how current so-called AI is working and how it could be easily or at least theoretically advancement into true AI with self-awareness, maybe even with feelings, because we don't know ourselves well, and we created systems with above our understanding. I mean, all that processes which are going on in the systems, even they look simple, we don't know. Even we couldn't explore some uh, parallel effects, let's say, like magnetic fields created by those systems. Let's say if they have any impact on those systems and so on, because there are so many examples in history when people just don't understand when they do some new advancements and they understand it much later and probably trying to solve some defects or something. So yeah, we are going on very thin path, in forest of possible darkness. So I believe it's very important to at least think sometimes about those problems, even if it's bother only few few people in the world. it's quite important because it's what future prepare for us. It's what we expect from the future. So I believe the only thing which AI could never done, it's it's our choice to love. It's our choice to love all the world and have that beautiful uh, higher feelings of love. So so I believe the more humans have that feelings and have that understanding, have that path and have that path of uh, seeing love in everything, and feeling that, yeah, the bigger chances we have and the more things we can do. Because when you feel in love, you don't see wrong picture. You don't see only one side of the things. You always see all the side of the thing. So if you, I don't know, there is a big difference between like and love, let's say that, or admire and love, and so on. If you love your kid, you see the bad and the good things he's doing or she is doing, and you could guide with all your love, yeah, how to fix some of those things to be better. It's not like you're saying, okay, it's the best thing in the world, the best kid in the world. You see everything. It's true. Love is, and you see that uh, even if the things which are not so good, you still um, you accept them because without accepting, it's really hard to change. And you see also why it's happening and how it's fixed, how important to fix, and you could find the proper word, proper actions for that. Yeah. Okay. Let's finish on that point. As always, you could leave me a comment. You could leave me your hi in live chat, but be ready to be attacked by my chatbot. Also in the comment section. Right now, my chatbot doesn't have access to comment section below the streams. You can use the last stream you see. You can use any other stream. You can leave your comments even in upcoming streams. I normally, after I'm finishing my current stream, I plan next stream. So enjoy, be my guest. Uh, so yeah, I wish you true love and develop yourself. Yeah, always find some light and some meaning in this world, in what you are doing. And yeah, let's see, whenever you are ready, I am still going to have my streams going. So welcome to my future streams. Okay, guys, see you.